Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you've ever found yourself wrestling with Photoshop and wondered, why can't I set the foreground color? Today's tutorial is for you. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to check your layers and tools, use keyboard shortcuts, and troubleshoot the app so you can get back to creating without frustration. Let's dive right in. First up, it's essential to check your layers and tools because Photoshop can sometimes be particular about what you're allowed to edit. Take a look over in your Layers panel. You need to make sure the correct layer is selected. If you're trying to set a foreground color while an adjustment layer is active, or if you've accidentally clicked on a layer mask, nothing will happen. Photoshop is designed this way. Adjustment layers and layer masks don't have their own pixel color to change, so the foreground color option is effectively locked. If you ever feel stuck, take a moment to double-check that you've selected a standard editable layer, usually one with the image or paint pixels you actually want to work with. Now, let's talk about the color swatches in your toolbar. This is a step that trips people up all the time, especially if you're moving fast. In the vertical toolbar, you'll see two little squares, one layered on top of the other. The top square is your foreground color, and the one behind is the background color. To set the foreground, make sure that top square is active. You'll notice a thin outline around it. If you click or grab color with the eyedropper tool while the background swatch is active, you'll just end up changing the background color instead, which can be confusing if you're not looking closely. If you're painting, using gradients, or working with fill commands, the foreground color is almost always the one you want. If you're using the eyedropper tool, there's an extra detail to be aware of. First, double-check that the foreground swatch is active before you sample a color. The behavior of the eyedropper can also depend on its sample setting up in the options bar. Sometimes it will pull color from just the current layer, and other times from all layers. If your sample isn't behaving how you expect, pause for a second, look up at the options bar, and adjust the sample setting to fit your needs. It's a small change, but it can save a lot of headaches. Let's move on to some handy keyboard shortcuts that can make life easier. Say you've gotten totally lost with your colors and just need a reset. Press the D key. This instantly returns your foreground color to black and your background color to white. It's perfect for starting fresh, especially when things start looking a bit chaotic. If you want to quickly swap the foreground and background colors, just hit the X key. This is awesome for switching between two colors without having to click back and forth manually. Alright, what if Photoshop is just refusing to let you set the foreground color no matter what? Sometimes the issue is deeper and needs quick troubleshooting. First, try saving your work and restarting Photoshop. This clears out any temporary glitches that can build up during use. If restarting Photoshop doesn't fix the issue, go ahead and restart your computer. It's a classic remedy that really does work more often than you'd think. Still stuck? Then let's talk about resetting Photoshop's preferences. Go to Preferences, choose General, and look for Reset Preferences on Quit. When you activate this and then restart Photoshop, it sets everything back to factory defaults, often clearing out whatever was blocking your foreground color. If you're comfortable, you can also manually remove the Preferences folder after quitting Photoshop. But the built-in option is safer and easier for most people. And that's it. I hope these tips help you conquer any issues with setting your foreground color in Photoshop. If you found this tutorial helpful, please give the video a thumbs up, and feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions or run into new challenges. I always love hearing from you. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a future Photoshop guide. Thanks for watching, and happy editing.